going live, and we are live, guys. Hello,
Hi
happy
guys.
Saturday, guys. How are you doing?
Nice and warm.
We
Nice and
nice
warm.
and warm. It's freezing here in the
It's warming
UK.
up.
Good for you. It's another go live from Mars.
Yes.
The usual. And today we are coming live to you. We are excited about today's um, topic, skepticism and naysayers, because we have just realized that, personally, for the 5 years I've been doing this business, I realized that this is one of the big topics, or rather a problem or a challenge that people tend to go through when they're trying to break through. Let me put it that way. So today we are talking about skeptical spouses, family members, and they could also be your naysayers, your friends, your close friends. That's what we are talking about today. And before further ado, let us have our ladies introduce themselves today. We start with Priscilla.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Took me a second to register. My name is Priscilla Ngasha. I'm coming to you live from South Australia. And thank you for joining us today. Thank you for listening. I am a mother of two and a digital business mentor. And what that means is I train and help people to start and set up their own digital businesses. So thanks for tuning in. Keep learning from us. And it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, anyone can do a digital business. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Priscilla. Over to you, Shiro.
Hello guys. It's so good to be back again. I hope you're not tired of our faces because we're always in your faces every Saturday, but that's all right. My name is Shiro. I am a mom. I am a wife. And most importantly, I am a digital mompreneur. I'm actually coming live to you from Canberra, Australia, which is nice and warm. And I'm so excited about this topic because, as Betty said, skepticism, but it can also be skeptical you. So, or
Mm,
skeptical I. Yeah. Good to be here again.
awesome, awesome. Thanks, Shiro. And for me, I am Betty. I'm coming to you live from the UK. I'm a mom and also a wife, and I'm also a business owner and a coach. I've been in the business for the last 5 years. And yeah, today I'm the one who is hosting this hot topic. Let me call it hot topic because we've heard and seen it all about this topic. Skepticism and naysayers. Maybe I should start with explaining what that is. So skepticism is when you have your doubts. You have those doubts of starting anything. It doesn't have to be a business, it can be anything. Think of when you have wanted to do something, including even buying something, and you're thinking, itanikalia aje? Should I really buy? Should I really start this business? Should I really leave my job and go try that other job? Skepticism comes in because you have those doubts. You're unsure of the unknown, of because of the other side that you're going to. And unfortunately, with skepticism, sometimes we have seen it really delay and derail people's progress, or rather, they're derailing people's journey, or rather, to start up their journey to their success, or maybe to their freedom, whatever it is that you want to do. Um, it is usually accompanied by fear. There is a lot of fear when skepticism kicks in. It is actually the one of the catalysts for skepticism is fear. People just get scared. Hey, we mimi siwezi. Mimi hiyo job ndio nimezoea. Mimi wacha nikae na kamshahara kangu. I can't. Sijui nini. Like all those things will start coming up because of skepticism. But then there is the skeptical others. And these are now the people we are calling naysayers. These people, because they are skeptical for you, then now they become naysayers. They will start telling you, it's up to you. You want to start what? A business? Do you even know how it's done? Like, kai, unajua hiyo ni scam. Sasa, kai, now what if you go and try it and then you lose your money, or why do you think you're good for it? Like in our family, we don't have people who do businesses. We don't have people who are trying to do the job that you're trying to pursue, to become a doctor. Who do you think you are? Like, people will even go to that extent of thinking that you're just supposed to be in the box of the things that they are used to. And today, that is the topic that we want to talk about, because it is, as I said, it is a hot topic. So many people have delayed to start their business, especially our businesses. And I have heard so many people saying, I can't because my husband said. I've had people start their business and they have stopped where they started, they stopped because somebody came and told them they are not good enough. So today we won't talk about that. Maybe ladies, we should also chat a little bit about how do you handle that? How do you
Mm.
handle it? Because I realize that there is power in tongues, and especially there is power in people that you believe in, people that you love. How now do you solve that? Because sometimes we are not, all of us are not strong enough to say, I know my husband told me I'm not good enough, but hey, I'm gonna, prove him wrong. How do we handle that? Let's start with you, Priscilla.
You're throwing me under the bus like that, Betty.
Let us start with you.
I've just enjoyed listening to you because you're just saying facts, facts, facts. You've
Hitting
really
the nail on
spoken
the
so
head.
well. Yeah, I'm just sitting here really listening and
Yeah,
enjoying your conversation. Please let us know where you're watching from. So because we really like to know where people are watching us from and
yeah.
what their thoughts are. So feel free to comment down below. It helps us understand what questions you guys want us to answer next.
Mm.
Wow, where do I start?
Yes,
When
please.
it comes to
Go
naysayers,
for it.
I'll start with skepticism, and then I
Mm.
will go to naysayers.
Yeah.
And time me if I go too far. With skepticism, I will talk about maybe personal,
Yes.
and naysayers I
Mm.
can talk about other people and the effects
Yeah.
it might have. I
Mm.
might reference myself because I have no other frame. I can't talk about anyone or try to judge anyone for their decisions. I can just talk about myself. So when it comes to skepticism,
Mm.
I'm just going to say honestly, God's truth. Me, I jumped in. I didn't have anything. I didn't fear. I did fear. I think because even when I was Kenya, do you remember those old days when people used to make money doing blogs, writing
Yes.
blogs? You remember people
Yeah.
Mm.
would have a blog, and I remember looking at things like AdSense, and they would say things like you make money with the ads that are on your blog, and you can blog
Yes.
about anything you want. And the Google AdSense can make money for you or help you because if people come to your blog and click on your whatever,
Mm.
you get some fraction of money. So I remember seeing all that with moms blogging, people blogging about everything under the sun. So I knew people were making money online. I've had my Gmail address since I was honestly in high school. Those days of dialing up a connection, that's how long
Mm-hmm.
my Gmail is. Old Gmail of mine, I use it for anything and everything. If I see a program online, like I'd noticed, oh, everyone is like, watch this and then come and pay to now buy
Yeah.
our product. So I knew that there was that trend. People, I didn't know that it was called a sales funnel, but I could see that. So for me, when I saw this video, I had seen so many in my lifetime. I didn't think it was a big deal to
Yeah.
put my name and email and then to register myself to watch the free because I knew it's what people do. Even when you go to supermarket to buy sauce, there is someone standing at the door, with a plate, and they have a plate of sausages on a little stick
Yes.
and then they tell you dip
For you.
your little sausage into this sauce. Do you like the sauce? Now do you want to buy the sauce? It's the same principle. So me,
Mm.
I wasn't skeptical at it. Tell me fast so I can register. No, no,
Mm.
no. Go open a Gmail you'll never use again and register. What is
Mm.
that? But
Yeah.
you've told us to be gentle with people who are skeptical, Betty. I'll
Yes,
try not to.
please.
So I didn't, for me, I didn't suffer that. But I did notice afterwards that people were behaving like that. If you
Mm.
remember, about last year, I didn't really conduct any business, but I was always present online in our digital network group. I was also posting on my business page, but I was not actively conducting my business. But I did observe that there was a trend of people would get really skeptical and it would
Yeah.
really hold them back. And I found that shocking, honestly, because for me, I didn't doubt, I didn't second guess, but I also did ask my coach. I did ask her,
Yeah.
is this haramu? Are you trying to haramia me? I asked her that, plain and simple, but then she told me no, she wasn't. She told me about herself, someone who's able to, like a registered nurse quitting her job. when you're a registered nurse, that's a profession. There's no way you're out here risking your family, your life
Yeah.
to try and get 149 or whatever out of someone else. No one in this abroad is trying to risk that kind of nonsense. No one is trying to be about that kind of
Yeah.
life.
And
But I
especially
think,
somebody, sorry, I was
mm,
just going to say, especially somebody who is in the US, and people in the US who are registered nurses, they need to keep practicing to be able to, to keep their
yeah,
registration. But somebody who quits registered nursing
Yeah. Mm.
yes.
is a big
So I thought it was a big deal. I was like a registered nurse, and you know how that goes. And nobody wants to be deported back from wherever they came from because they are doing some things online. So
Mm.
I was honestly not. I was not in that boat of people who are behaving like that, but I do see them, and I do know that all you can offer is the knowledge, the information, and all you can do is wait for someone to weigh all the options, to keep doing their due diligence and do their learning, and then they decide for themselves. The
Mm.
sad bit is
Mhm.
someone doesn't decide. You can see the potential they have, and but you have to remember you're not them, and you can't
Mm.
take action
You
for
can't
them, and you
decide.
can't force someone, because at the end
Mm.
of the day, when you're a digital mentor, you're not here to force people to start a business. They have to do it for themselves. They have to see the benefit of the business in their own lives. They have to see, is this good for me? Am I going to be able to do this? If
Mhm.
so, even if you're in not doubt, but even if you're afraid, no, it is a natural reaction. Being afraid
Mm.
is a natural reaction to anything different, anything new. There is a little bit of fear. So,
Mhm.
but your job is to be courageous. And I tell my daughter, she's 8 now, that fear, courage is not the absence of fear. I don't remember where I saw that.
Yeah.
But to be courageous, it's not because you are not afraid. You're doing it even while you're afraid. You're not letting it stop you. You're not
Mm.
letting that fear stop you from seeing what's there. And you can take a measured risk, because we say this information is $149, but it's refundable if the information you receive is not for you.
Yeah.
So you've got that, and we offer you the refund policy and how to go about the refund.
Mm.
Why don't you take that next step with your fear on board, see what's available, then ask for your refund, because no one is out here. We can't force you to start a
Mm.
business. If it's not working for you, it will not. So do not let skepticism or fear stop you, because even God, even the Bible tells us to be courageous. It tells
Yeah.
us to be courageous. You cannot let fear stop you every time, you know?
Mm.
Now let's talk about, so that's it for skepticism from me. And the next thing I was going to talk about was what? Aki, I've
The
forgotten.
naysayers.
Naysayers.
Naysayers. All right. Thank you. Now, naysayers it can be you yourself, it can be people around you. You
Mm.
can, I was my own naysayer, let me be honest. I doubted myself. I saw my own coach and mentor and people around me, including you guys. I saw people making big, big bucks. And I was like, oh my God, 4 figures, 5 figures. And I could not see that for myself because of my own doubts, my own mindset, my own beliefs. I
Mm.
could not see myself earning 4 figures from my own home.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
seemed impossible. It seemed impossible. And
Yeah.
also, don't forget the trauma that we have been dealt as, as East Africans. Sometimes you're dealt such traumas. You believe
Mm.
you have to really work hard, bust
Yeah.
yourself open to make money. You have to be working over and over, 2, 3 jobs, kill
Mm-hmm.
yourself to make good money. So for
Mm.
me, that was a mind shift. And it worked because I was reading books. I decided to align myself with people who are also believing in themselves.
Mhm.
Like Shido over there, we've really been each other's network and support. And because of aligning myself with people who are who believe that, you know what, you can do it if you apply yourself. This big money is not just for people who look a certain way. Even you can do it. My
Mm.
God, now I celebrate every day. Just yesterday, a few days back, you saw me. I was there talking
Yeah.
about, oh my God, I'm just sitting outside, sweeping, cleaning up the yard, and
Yeah.
money's pouring in, and I'm at home. If I had taken a disability job, I would have been away from my kids, they would have been in care. But
Mm-hmm.
now I trust that the business I have is going to provide for me. And she's
Yeah.
doing that now. I can stay at home with my kids and money is popping in. You know, if I
True.
had
Yeah.
not taken that step, if I had not worked on my own mindset, I was my own naysayer. If I had not worked on myself,
Yeah.
I would not be telling the same story. And I know some of you do have other naysayers. You know what I do? I am honestly going to say I block people. I block people from seeing what I am doing. Not because
Yeah.
what I'm doing is bad, but because I know what negative energy can do to someone. It can destroy you. It can destroy
Yes.
you.
Mm.
So I decide, you know what? I don't need your energy around me. So I just, on social media, you edit who's going to see what, who's going to,
Mm.
and you remove their energy so you're not feeling it, so it's not breaking you. So if you're own naysayer, get out of your own way. Learn how to get out of your own way so that you can succeed. Because if I didn't do this for my kids, they would not be having me around them every day. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I know I've taken time, but thanks for
No.
allowing me to talk about
No,
that.
I actually think that's amazing. You know what? You've touched both, and you've also given
Yeah.
us a solution there, because I can't even add anything else, because I like how you have come in and said it boldly. You know what? At the end of the day, and I
Mm,
always say this to people, there is no shortcut when you want change. There is
mm.
nobody will come and lay hands on you, even your
Or
past,
save you.
or save you.
Mm,
It is all about courage. It is all about, and I always take people back to, imagine if you're at gunpoint. Imagine if you are at gunpoint, and all you need to do is, like, I know in our business, when we start teaching people how to go live and do videos, people are like, oh
mm.
my God, I'm so scared of cameras. I don't like the whole thing of making videos. But I always ask them, imagine if you are at gunpoint and you have to make a
Yeah.
video and look very natural. Would you rather die, or take this courage? And it's the
Yeah.
same here. Imagine, don't think about a gunpoint as the situation you are in. Would you rather
Mm,
sit there and drown in your debts,
mm,
or whatever that it is kicking you and pushing you? Would you rather sit there than take that bold step? It
mm,
all goes down to, courage. And people, I have heard people say, oh, what will people say? Exactly what you have said. Because some people are scared of that. What
yeah.
is my friend say? What is my friend gonna say? What is my husband gonna say? And you know what? People's opinion, they will, those opinions, whether they are talking bad, or whatever they are talking negatives, those opinions will never be equivalent to coming and paying your bills. And I like how, Priscilla, you have touched, ban and block them, get them out. And you
Mm,
know what? I was telling someone the other day, we have to stop this whole normalization of, oh, she's my friend, oh, he's my friend, and she's my relative, she's my sister.
mm,
Their ideas, and how they think about me matters. No, if it is something that is not really
do
helping
what?
you move forward, get them out of your lives.
No,
Because
no.
at the end of the day, they are gonna come back and
Hakuna
just
sprinkler
destroy your
condition.
destiny, your whole destiny. And
Yeah,
it
some
could be you that is
coffee.
supposed to be it could be you that is supposed to be pushing them to that next level that they want to be in their life. So I like how Priscilla has said, it's very simple. We have our separate Facebook profile page, and then we have Facebook business page. You can separate the two. Let people who are supporting you see this, because you know what? People who are skeptical, or people who are naysayers in your life, they don't necessarily have to be people in your business. They can be people you're expecting them to support you. If they're not supporting you, let them
True.
go. If they're not there to say, hey, you can do this, you can do this, let them go. It doesn't matter
Mm,
who they are. I like how you have touched both, and then you have also given us you know that solution, which is amazing. So
mm.
thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm just gonna add, and it's not that
Yeah.
I've not lost money. I have lost, like, it's not that I've never lost money online. That has
Yeah.
happened to me. I have lost money online. There was this beautiful chair I almost bought. You know those wicker chairs where you can
Yes.
sit outside and you read a book and they're just beautiful. There was a sale over Christmas and I thought, bas, nimeangukia. And
Yeah.
that thing has never been delivered, and it's October, and you follow up, and it looks like a legit email, and
And it,
then
oh
no
my
one ever
God.
responds to you. So I have lost money. I have had to change my bank card because of issues here and there. But
Yeah.
you just have to be courageous
Yeah.
with things. You will lose
Definitely.
some, you will win some. That's never
Mm.
an excuse.
And so, and most of the time I realize people who are very, very successful in even in our business, for me, I lost money before. I always tell that story how I started this forex. They told me put this amount of money, and then they tried coming pulling some more money from me. I've started businesses. I remember you guys. I was telling you about the story where I went in my car. The boot of my car was always covered in brochures and goods and products, just stupid things, let me call them those, because now I look back and I'm like, what was I even doing? And they were things worth, thousands. And one day I woke up, I was upset. Some of them were expired because I didn't have the client base, and I threw them away. But that did not stop me from trying again, because I know that I don't want to just be employed forever or to be relying on my salary forever. So that's where we are saying courage is not the absence of fear. You're still scared. Like when I came into this business, I was skeptical. I was. But I tried to overcome that by thinking, but if I just sit here, nothing is going to happen to me. And that is what we are, that is what we are trying to tell everybody here. Very good point, actually, for mentioning it out loud, that you've also left, lost money. And we have seen that trend with so many people who come in and said, I did businesses before, they didn't work, but here I am today. Yeah. So, Shiro, over to you.
Thanks for sharing that, girls. Now that we're talking about skepticism and naysayers, and when I listen to you ladies, I think for me, my story, I don't think I was skeptical because one, I had actually done businesses before. Back home
Yeah.
before I came to Australia, I had done very many businesses before. And as Priscilla said, Betty said, I had lost money too. Sometimes we don't say this to pretend that we haven't. We say it because it's the truth. I lost money too. And so when I came into this business, I've said it 1,001 times in all our lives. It took me 4 years to start this business. But I think it's because I wasn't skeptical because I knew I've always wanted to do business, but I was a naysayer to myself. I kept, I think I was afraid of the responsibility or afraid of taking up something new that I wasn't sure how to do it, and also afraid of doing something online. Of course, I knew how to use the online platform
Yeah.
because, we're always online. But then something new, something that I didn't know, I was just like, no, Shiro, you can't do this. I don't think you can do this. So I didn't even believe in myself, which most people, as Betty keep telling me, she doesn't even believe when I tell her that because when she's known me for, like, let's say since high school, she's always known I've
Oh, yeah.
always been that
Yes.
person who will go hit the nail on the head. I will, if it's something to be done, I am never scared. I will just do it.
Yeah.
And when I told her that, she sometimes reminds me and says, Shiro, I cannot believe that was you, which is true.
Mm.
That wasn't me. But that was maybe because, as Priscilla said, some of the trauma we've had, most of us and all of us have had traumas from our growing up or from our previous lives. For me, I
Yeah.
had a bad experience. And so, I didn't want to do it. But later, when I, of course, had my kids, I decided to jump in with my 2 feet. And the good thing is that my partner, I told him, I wasn't asking for permission. I told him that I am starting a business because I told him the moment you come to Australia, the moment you go to the US, the life that we were told we were going to get when we were growing up is not the life that we get here. So I told him, and the good thing is that he wasn't skeptical, he didn't pull me back. But now the
Mm.
problem came in friends. The friends that you tell them that you're
Oh,
starting something new, and they start telling you, Shiro, are you sure? Umefanya utafiti wako? Have you done? And I'm like, yes, I have done my thing. I have. And this is somebody who is telling me that they've done the business and I could see it. And I was one of those people that I was like, I am going to look for the information. So of course, I watched the 90-minute webinar that each and
mm.
every one of us started there. So for me, I stopped being the naysayer, even if it was 4 years down the line, and I started the business. But as Priscilla said, you have to just cut some people out of your life
Yeah.
because that energy is not good for you. When people see that you're doing so well, some people will try to bring you down. One, because they do not want you to be better than them. Or two, they are actually, some people are genuinely scared for you.
Mm.
But you know yourself, you know what you want. And so sometimes you just have to cut that attitude. You have to cut that negative attitude. And sometimes it is so destroying that it can lead you to having mental health issues.
Yeah.
And in these days, you don't want mental health issues. And after we had the pandemic, a lot of people, a lot of friends we know, a lot of families we know, they lost their jobs. And
Mhm.
and then we were in lockdown. If people remember, Australia was one of, I think I think it's the only country that was in such bad lockdown.
Yeah.
Nobody could
It was
leave,
very
nobody
strict.
could come in here. It was
Mm.
very strict. So a lot of people had so much struggle staying by yourself. So a lot of people lost their jobs. And so they didn't have something to fall on to. But some people actually found this business at that moment when they were at their lowest.
Mm.
And that is when they found this business and that's when they started. So skepticism, we are not saying is bad. It is okay
Mm,
to be skeptical
mm,
because one, it pushes you to go and do your own due diligence about something you're about to start. It is
Absolutely.
good. It is okay to be skeptical. It is okay to be fearful. But you know what? Do not let that fear hold you back. Most of my one of my favorite person is Richard Branson. And when I check at his life and when he started with Virgin Records, if you guys have
mm.
read about his history, he started with Virgin Records and it failed. Total
Oh
failure.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Total failure. But then he decided to get up and start again. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at where he is. He's dyslexic. He is dyslexic. That guy
Yeah.
is dyslexic, but he decided this is not going to hold me back. Most people probably told him, if you ask him, his friends or even his family told him, why are you wasting money? Just go and find a normal 9 to 5 job and stop wasting money starting things that's something else that will probably fail, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever you had started. Where is Richard Branson now?
Oh
Look
yeah.
at his life now. He is so far away. Another person that I like, Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Timberlake is also dyslexic. I'm very sure he had so much time, so much negative attitude towards him, even when he was in school.
Yeah.
But look
Mm,
at his music. Look
Oh
at
yeah.
his music. Look at his acting career. Some of those people have come from nothing, skepticism or naysayers around them, but they have made something of themselves. So even me myself, I stopped my naysay, becoming a naysayer, those people who are skeptical about what I am doing, but I decided this is for me.
Mm.
I was like, yes, God, I am very fearful, but you know what? You who gave me this idea, you're going to lead me onto this path. And I joined this path and look at where I am. I was able to meet Priscilla. Betty and I knew each other for so long. And as Priscilla
Mm.
said, Hi and I are, we always there for each other. We always push each other. And the best thing is that I was like, oh, what a coincidence that we even share the first name. Both of us
Mm.
are called
imagine.
Priscilla's, her daughter is called Shiro, like I am. So, that was a God incident. I call it a God
Mm,
incident.
Yeah.
But we are telling you guys, skepticism is okay. That is fine. But do not let that fear hold you back. Be
True.
courageous and overcome that fear. And somebody else, actually, one of the coaches or the people who are high earners in our business said, another name for fear is risk.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Another name for fear can be risk
Mm-hmm.
because you're fearful, but you decide to jump with 2 feet in and take that
Yes.
risk and
Mm,
try something. Because if we do not try something, when you wanted to become a doctor or when you wanted to become a teacher and you knew that is what you wanted to do, and then you went to uni, you went to college, if you failed one paper, did that stop you doing what you do?
No.
No. You wanted to become a nurse. When you decided and then you were like, oh my God, this is so hard. Did that stop you from becoming a nurse? So all those businesses, all those things that we are doing, our 9 to 5s. Yes, we went for them. We went to school. We did not give up in school. We did not give up. But also in
mm,
your life, try something for yourself and do not give up on yourself.
Mm.
You alone know how strong you are. You know what you need. And who said we were born to work 9 to 5 all the time? We need to see this world. We need to meet our friends. And most of all, we need to save up for our retirement. So,
mm,
yes, go for it. but do your due diligence out of that fear that is going to push you. And you know what? When people are telling you, no, you can't do this, you can't start this, that is the time that you should actually do it and prove them wrong.
True.
Mm.
Prove
Wow. See how I've just paused now because I feel like you're talking to me. Because for me, when I started when I started the business, and I always say this out loud. One of the person who was very skeptical for me was my husband. You know, he
Mm.
was looking at me like, and he said to me, "You're on your own," and it is because
Out of love.
out. It was out of love, yes,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think he was trying to protect me and to shield me
Mm.
from, what, you've just come from Africa. Here you are. Hey, slow down, calm down, get
Mm.
to understand this side of the world. There is things like scammers and fraud and all those things. But at
Mm.
the time, I was thinking, what, dude? We can't be living like this from hand to mouth. I never even see you. Let's try something else. And that's when he said he dropped the "you're on your own" thing on me. But
Mm.
as Shiro said, for me, I always work so hard to make sure, not necessarily to prove him wrong, like, hey, look at me
But
on
to
your
show
skills and stuff
him,
like that,
yeah.
but to show him, you know what, there is far
I
much
am
better things
capable.
than just, yeah, there is far much things just than just being employed. We are capable of, affording those things that we've always seen people doing. We are
Mm.
we also deserve, we are also
Those
deserving
cars,
Yes.
those
those
cars,
homes,
those homes, those,
that
Holidays.
travel.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is where I was. And for me, I always think that, yes, someone will come and become very skeptical with you, or tell you, I am scared for you. Or maybe some people will just be nasty because they don't believe in you. They are looking at you. And I was telling you here the other day, I said here and I'll say it again. There is somebody out there in Kalenjin land who even now, no matter how many bodyguards and how many times the president, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, stands on the thingy on there and speak to the
Oh dear.
nation with me
Mm.
on the podium and with million and million of views and people listening to him, with all these bodyguards behind him, traveling with these presidential suites and everything. Mama, harĩa mũndũ Kalenjin onaga kĩhĩĩ kĩrĩa matwaraga nakĩo ng'ombe rũĩ.
Ma.
That
Kana
Kana
person,
matwarithagia
gatwarithia
gaĩri.
kanyamũ
Gakaĩri.
gako.
that person does not see anything else. In fact, maybe when Ruto went to start telling people, na siku moja nitakuwa president, one day I'll become a president. Kuna mtu tu, maybe somebody very
Ah,
nasty. They
hawezi.
they laugh
Yeah,
on their
wacha
face.
hiyo kwenda
Ati
huko.
ati pres kolimu king. Wewe hata chief. Ebu ona vile kwenyu nyinyi ni mso. Like, yes, those people are there.
Yeah.
And those people will tell you all those things. And maybe even one of the peoples, they were like, please don't risk your money, don't risk, what, don't risk your mental health because of trying to become whoever you are trying to say, out of love. But
Yeah.
you know what, he did not sit there and dwell on that and say, but I was told I cannot become. He went out there and pushed it and fought for it,
Anyway.
and he became. And it is the same for us. Someone will come to you and tell you with all the love, I love you, but please don't try that. I'm so scared for you. And then somebody will be looking at you like, and you go, where Sasa, you won't tell us you want to become a business coach. Who can you coach? How do you think you can make ati uthiage holiday? Ugokira gukauga no athie ati ugokira uguo mukauga ati family holiday Spain wiki igiri, all paid for. Ucoke uthie ati uraka nyumba mucii ati ngano wina uratwaraga ngari hane wewe you na magatheka igua ihoro uyu mundu turamuonire akimirio kimira guku ni andu aitura. How are you going to take that? Are you going to say, na nema, na ni ukweli mimi, enyewe kweli, na nema gwitu mundu we muthomu muno ri, andikite mucara wa 30.
Mm.
Or are you going to say, guess what? I am going to do it. I am going to go so far that I'm not gonna look back and see you again. It will be that. It is that. That's just a business now. How are you going to handle your naysayers? How are you going to handle your skeptical friends, spouses, and how are you going to handle your own skepticism? Yeah.
Mm.
Where or worry? How are you going to digest that? What are you going to get out of that? Because for me, I always say anything and everything we receive as a lesson, whether it is negative or positive. How are you going to
Mm.
handle that? How are you going to deal with that situation? And that is where that's what we are trying to tell everybody, encourage everybody, because We all have naysayers around us, but worst of all, we are our own naysayers and our own skeptical, especially when you don't know how to get out of that. And always, the answer is always get out of your comfort zone, get out of that fear. Fear will always be there, but try and overcome it and take courage to do something. It's, as I said, it's a hot topic. We cannot finish it. We
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
thousands of examples, but because of time, I don't know if you guys have a parting shot or something you'd like to encourage our viewers, something, just to, maybe you will say something and it will make somebody have like that click and finally say, let me jump on board. Priscilla, what do you say?
Oh, wow. Thanks, Betty. I actually think we should come back and have a topic of how
Yes,
to
please.
handle naysayers or how
And
to handle
skepticism.
Yes,
skepticism. Because
we
today
should.
we've all talked about ourselves and our own naysaying and our own skepticism. We should come back now with answers. So make
Yes,
sure
please.
people who are watching us, please comment. Please tell us about your own naysayings and skepticism. Jump in our DMs and tell us there privately if you want to, so we can come back and answer those questions again. I think what I can say is that it is challenging. It is not easy, but again, it comes back to faith. It
Mm,
comes back to your faith over your fear. Some things you will do while afraid, and that is what courage is.
mm,
Some things you will not see success today or tomorrow, and that is okay because success will still come. As long as you are consistent, you are doing your training, and you are staying on the path, the success will come. And that will now also answer some of your naysayers and some
mm,
of the people around you who are skeptical. That will also show them that yes, it is something new, it is something different, but it doesn't mean it is bad. It's just
yes.
different, it's just unknown. So jump in. If you don't want to jump in for yourself, if you're a mother like us, jump in for your children, jump in for your spouse, jump in for the people around you, and
Mm,
keep working, keep building yourself. And the others will soon see what you're doing. If you're consistent, if you stay on the mark, and they will also now relax. They will also see they don't have to protect you from this unknown because you seem to know what you're doing, and you are able now to show them, look, it is working out. So I think that's my parting shot.
wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. So it's all about faith over fear and jumping with
Eh,
courage. Yes.
yes.
Shiro?
What can I say? Challenge yourself. You deserve
Mm,
better, you
I
deserve
love that.
more, and you deserve all this world can offer you. Do not
Mm,
Mm,
limit yourself. You know what? Just go for it. Do it. Because as we said, I think Priscilla mentioned it, nobody will come to save you. Nobody, especially when you have debt and bills. When you go and borrow
mm,
people money, they will not come and save you. Those
mm,
debts, those bills need to be paid. And most of the time we are not able to meet all of them with our 9 to 5, because sometimes we go and pay all our bills, and then you're left
mm,
even with nothing to go and do a manicure or a pedicure, or even to
mm,
go and treat yourself to a nice lunch. So
mm.
do
mm.
not limit yourself. Try something new. And as Priscilla says, DM us if you have any questions, if you want to know more.
Yep.
We are here to answer those questions, and we're
Yeah.
here to work with you on this unknown journey that you probably think is unknown.
Mm,
Wow. Thank you so much, ladies. I don't have anything to add. Like, you know what, these ladies have said it all. And I like Priscilla, you're right there. We have to talk about naysayers. We have to talk about those because there are so many out there. And can I tell somebody a secret?
mm,
Naysayers are actually the enemy of your secret or the enemy of your success. If you
Mm,
don't know anything else, you might say, oh, my sister alikuwa anajaribu kuni protect. Trust me. Trust 5 years down the road, you look back and say, I shouldn't have listened to them. But let's talk about that as a separate topic
topic.
because I think it's a big topic. Um,
That's true.
yeah, that's it for us today. Thank you for watching. For everybody who will watch the replay, we really appreciate. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next time with another topic. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Cheers,
bye.
guys.
Bye.